What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is good to be back. Welcome to another edition of Tuesdays, even though it's Wednesday, with Turbo. Uh, this week we're going to continue on our journey through the life insurance series here. We kind of touched based on it a little bit last week, where I mentioned the children's life insurance, and I just wanted to kind of put a bow on that. And I actually have an actual quote that I did this morning for someone, and I just want to let you know, just to kind of give you an idea what one of these costs. So yeah, we're going to be talking about children's life insurance. And for those of you that do not know, my name is Ryan Turbo Jackson. I am your insurance resource, and I like to do videos educating folks, getting folks, whether it's breaking down coverages, suggesting things, trying to find holes in their current policies to help alleviate headaches down the road. Because let's be honest, insurance is its own language, so let me help you. And yes, we're gonna September is Life Insurance Awareness Month, so why not give it a, we in the first episode we talked about your older children, where they're going off to college, you're co-signing student loans, and the type of policies that would help in that situation. Last week we talked about the pros and cons of whole life and term life. And my main takeaway for you guys and gals in that one is some life insurance is better than none. Is there a perfect one for you? Sure. But it's something that I wouldn't stress about to say if you have the perfect one in place. Like I said, the cheapest time to get life insurance is today, because you'll never be younger than today. So keep that in mind as well. So yeah, we're going to be talking about children's life insurance, and in particular, the one through auto owners. Um, I really, really, really love these policies. Really love them. They're very easy to write. There's hardly any underwriting, meaning there isn't any health exams there. As long as you answer 5 questions no, then your child qualifies. Now, let's start off in the beginning. What do I mean for a child? For this particular policy, it's ages 15 days until to 17 years. So from pretty much when you're born to 17 years, your child would qualify for this. And the minimum benefit would be $10,000. Now, the quote that I'll show you here in a little bit is for 25,000. And some of the advantages of this is, like I already mentioned, there's hardly any underwriting, no medical exams, just answer 5 questions and make sure the premium's paid, and you're good to go. That's it. And this is where it's really cool. And I remember growing up as a kid, we always watched we saw the Gerber life policies. They're advertised on TV. Well, this is something similar, but with more benefits. Um, if you remember back the Gerber policies, at age 18, the benefit increases by 50%. Well, this one does too. And I mentioned last week that I thought it was 23 that it increases again. No, it's actually 25. And the best part is there is zero increase in premium. So this is a benefit that's essentially free. And there isn't any additional underwriting. Once this policy is in place and the premiums are paid, there isn't any medical exams. So this is quick, easy, is not intrusive at all to your child or you and your schedule and your time. So it's very convenient to do. And I mentioned last week too that I thought it was 108 once you reach that. Well, it's 110. If you live to be 110, auto owners pretty much says, well, you've won the game of life. Here's a check for your whole benefit. Now, getting back to last week's conversation, this is a whole life policy. So as I keep mentioning, as long as the premium's paid, this is in force. This is in force. And we talked about how the whole life policy can also build cash value so you could borrow against it, as well as in some circumstances can be used for long-term care. So you can actually use those benefits prior to passing instead of accumulating a huge debt while you're still with us, and then having your loved ones have to worry about the that expense once you pass. So this is something too. Again, whole life is usually always the best option because it is more flexible. It gives you more bang for your buck, honestly. If we're being 100% honest. Now there are some additional children's policies that Auto Owners does offer. Um, and most of them, I mean, there's your traditional whole life, which you you wouldn't get the automatic increases at age 18 and 25. This is more of a just a traditional, here it is. Now with this, there you introduce the the underwriting aspect into it. There would be a medical exam. So, and but the good part is that with those, again, if we start them at a young age, are going to be a lot more inexpensive than once you get into your 30s and 40s when you're actually thinking about life insurance. So, and there's, you know, your single pays, 10 pays. I mean, there's those options as well. Um, but yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. I mean, what exactly is the children's life policy? Like I said, these can be very powerful things. These can be something that if set up at an early age can follow your child through adulthood and for the rest of their life, as long as the premium's paid. Um, and some more benefits to this, aside from the peace of mind, the ease of setup, is if you're a current Auto Owners client, it's a discount. It's a discount. So it's a 5% discount on your home, a 5% discount on your auto. And we know that both home and auto premiums are getting insanely expensive. So if we're going to be paying for it anyway, why not get the most out of it? I was talking to some clients the other day, and they're like, well, I don't want to pay any more. I'm already paying too much. And I was like, well, I completely understand. Everyone's paying too much. I said, but this is the least expensive option that I have. And if we bring this life policy on board, it'd be a discount on your home, a discount on your auto, and those discounts would more than pay for a life policy. So what we might as well maximize our value to maximize our dollar, kind of a thing. So, but what let's look at an actual premium here. I did this about 20 minutes ago. So this is a quote for a fictitious Ryan Jackson Jr. RJJ, RJ squared, however you want to paint it. I did him as an age of 9, so he was born 9/15 or 9/14/15, and this is the children's advantage is the one that I'm talking about, where it increases the benefit would increase 50% at age 18, and then that amount would also be increased by 50% at age 25. So this is for $25,000 would be $281.50 a year. If you wanted that broke down into monthly payments, just divide that by 12. But keep in mind, when we do monthly payments like this, it has to come out of a checking account. With annual pays, it can go. We are able to accept credit and debit card payments on life products now. It didn't used to be that way. It all had to be either a check or a checking account. But for $25,000, age 9, $281.50. Now, with that being said, we put this in place today for Ryan Jackson Jr. And at age 18, it would add 50% of that 200 or that 25,000, and then that number, once that number is compiled, at age 25, it'll add another 50% on top for no additional charge, no additional charge, no additional underwriting. And this is something that could, I mean, in one benefit that I hadn't mentioned with whole life is at certain points you're able to increase the amount of coverage to a certain extent. without any additional underwriting or very little underwriting. So again, this is a policy that could grow with them and not just be stuck at this $25,000 mark for the rest of their life. It's something that you at certain points could be, and auto owners would reach out to you and be like, hey, you're eligible for this. Is this something that you would like to consider? Now, adding additional benefit yourself would be subject to additional premium, so keep that in mind. But the 50% increase at 18 and 25, there is no additional premium. So this is kind of like I said, these are the easiest ones. There's usually the most overlooked, because when people think of life insurance, they think of, I need to protect my assets. Well, my assets at 44 are way different than Ryan Jackson Jr. at age 9. So kind of keep that in mind. Everyone's thinking, at least from the folks that I talk to, is it this life insurance is this overwhelming thing that takes forever, and you have to jump through so many hoops to get. And we talked about last week which one is right for you. Well, with something like this, they're quick, easy, out of sight, out of mind. Just make sure you pay your premiums. And I also get the question too, as I'm going back over our current book of business, is, well, I'm 67 years old. I really can't afford life insurance for myself. My kids are way, they're way over 17 years old. But here's the thing, as a grandparent, you can purchase a policy for your grandchild. Now, granted, you would be the payor, and the coverage would be on your grandkid, and if you want to, you can set the beneficiaries up to be the parents of your grandkids or your children. So there's many different options here, and the main thing I want to drive home with these videos about life insurance is that it can be very easy. It can be very easy. Now, if you're looking to make it more complex and you're not that's a bad way to put that. If your situation calls for a more complex product, we can do that too. Because next week we're going to be talking about some kind of specialized needs or situations that arise that need life insurance, whether it's required by the bank or required by an attorney or a financial planner or whatever. There's certain policies that are very specialized that, let's be honest, a lot of folks really don't even know about or really don't need because they're not in that situation right now. But with the times that are changing, you could find yourself in one of these situations, so that you'll know exactly what they are. You're not going to be, I'm not going to say blindsided, but you'll be have a little bit more education and be like, okay, this is a key person policy. What is that? Okay, well, I remember Ryan talking about this. So we're going to be nailing down some more specialized policies next week. So kind of keep that in mind. And if any part of this is interesting to you, or you'd like to find out more information, you can always contact me. You can drop a message on this video. You can shoot me a direct message on Facebook. You can call the office here or email me, and I'd be more than happy to disperse any pamphlets or any information on any of the policies we talk about this month. Or if you would like to get a quote for you, your wife, your husband, your child, your grandchild, whomever. So I am more than happy to help out with anything like that. And if you are one of our current auto owners clients already, I mentioned the discounts. You could be sitting on $25,000 or $30,000 of a children's life policy for free. So kind of keep that in mind as we go through the week. Everyone stay cool. I know this is oddly warm for this time of year, and ironically enough, our air conditioner went out here at the office. So fingers crossed that's fixed here very, very soon, because I am not built for really warm weather. So everyone have a great week, and I will see you next week.